Coming up on Roanoke County today, it's National Preparedness Month. We'll get some tips from fire and rescue, as well as take the challenge to eat dinner with the family. This and more coming up on RCT.
The Town of Vinton's new website has it all. Click on the town calendar to find out what's happening every day of the week, report a concern, and make a request with Request Tracker. Stay informed with Newsflash. Pay bills online and access the Archive Center for meeting minutes, agendas, and budgets. Keep in touch with Vinton with one click on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, right from the homepage and much more. VintonVA.gov is your connection to the town of Vinton.
The Department of Homeland Security has declared September as National Preparedness Month. This is a great time for people to remember how important it is to prepare for disasters of any type before they strike. And here joining us today is Brian Klingenpeel, who's the Public Education Specialist with Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. Brian, you've been with us before. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Good. So tell us about Preparedness Month. I know you've got some really simple steps people can take to be prepared.
Yes, the theme this year is Be Disaster Aware, Take Action to Prepare. And it kind of focuses on 4 building blocks. Those being be informed, make a plan, build a kit, and get involved.
Okay, nice and simple. So tell me about be informed. What can people do to be informed?
To be informed, we want people to hopefully do a little bit of research on their own about the different kind of disasters that may affect them in their area. And the ready.gov website, www.ready.gov, has a lot of information, a lot of really good information about all these different types of disasters. But not all of them apply to us here in Roanoke County. For instance, in Roanoke County, we're not going to get the effects of a hurricane here.
Right.
We're too far inland, we're in the mountains, it's not going to happen. The effects we might feel from a hurricane might be from people coming to our area fleeing the coast from Virginia Beach or somewhere else. We may get an influx of people, but we're not really going to feel those direct effects from a hurricane. However, tornadoes can happen anytime, any place, anywhere. Home fires happen every day all across our country. And so flooding is something here in Roanoke County that, because we live in a valley and we get water runoff from the mountains, those affect us. So as citizens here in Roanoke County, we need to do some things to do some research on those different kinds of disasters. And where would we go if we had a flood? Where would my family and I go if there was a flood? Where would we meet? What would we do? What's our action plan? And we just need to give some thought to that ahead of time. All of that is a part of Be Informed.
Okay, good. Those are some great tips. We do have a lot of different types of disasters that happen around here now, like tornadoes. So now the next step is make a plan.
That's right, make a plan. Very important for us to talk with our family about things like where would we meet? And we need 2 different kinds of meeting places. We need one that's within our neighborhood if we just need to leave our house. A good example might be a house fire. It's something that I teach routinely about. If there's a fire in the home, have a meeting place. Maybe it's the big tree, maybe it's the mailbox, maybe it's the neighbor's house. All those are excellent family meeting places. However, maybe our whole neighborhood is going to be evacuated because of a hazardous materials incident on the interstate that runs behind our house. Well, now where do we meet? The big tree or the neighbor's house isn't going to work because they're being evacuated too. So we need to have a meeting place that's outside of the neighborhood too. Maybe it's your church. Maybe it's something else that your family picks and knows. Part of that make a plan is having a communications plan of who are we going to call to have somebody that's kind of our focal point that maybe lives out of town, that all the family members can get in touch with them so that they can keep up with who's safe and where are they. That's another good thing. And something else is to remember that in an emergency, sometimes the cell phone towers aren't going to work. So really recommend that people use texting if you can. That will usually be a little more reliable in those emergency situations than phone calling.
Sure. Another kind of disaster I thought about was the derecho. That was an unusual type that we saw too.
Exactly.
Any type of disaster can happen.
Yes, yes.
Okay, the next thing is build a kit, right?
Build a kit, yes. And so we have some examples of some things up here today for us to think about that you might want in your kit. Again, the ready.gov website has a lot of information about what should be in your kit. But we would just want to remind folks about some simple things. Water, drinking water in case. Really recommend that you try to be self-sufficient for about 3 days. For water, we recommend 1 gallon per person per day, and then you need to have that for 3 days.
Okay.
If I have a family of 4, that means I need about 12 gallons of water in my kit.
Okay.
So that's something to think about. Canned food and a can opener that we can get to. Cleanliness supplies, whether that be trash bags or paper towels or disinfecting wipes, are good things to have in your kit. A fire extinguisher. Phone chargers. Cell phones are probably going to be, again, important in these emergency situations, but we need to have a way to charge them, whether that be through the car. Again, I don't want to rely maybe too much on the electrical system in the house because electricity might be out. There are hand crank chargers now that are out there, so some way to charge that cell phone. A NOAA weather radio is very important. Really important for us here in the Roanoke Valley because we don't have any kinds of civil service sirens or severe weather sirens here in the Roanoke Valley. So the only way we're going to get that severe weather information is through our cell phone or something like a NOAA weather radio that could be hand crank or battery operated. A flashlight, and with any of these battery operated devices, we need to remember then to have extra batteries in the kit as well. So just to have some of those supplies in a place that you can get to, that you can keep in case you need to shelter in place for a few days, or to grab and take with you. Maybe you keep another kit in the car so that if we do have to go outside the neighborhood, we've got some of that stuff with us as well.
Okay, and I'm looking at these items, and these are really things you just have around your home.
That's right.
You don't have to spend a lot of money to put together one of these kits.
That's
it's
exactly
all
right
at home.
Yep. And to think about like extra medications. I take prescription medications every day myself, so I would really need to have an extra supply of those meds in a kit in case I need to leave or something like that. First aid kit. Masks, all kinds of disasters. Pandemics have been in the news here recently with Ebola and bird flu and other kinds of things. So we might need to think about a mask as well.
Okay, good things to put in your kit. We just need to put them all in one place.
That's exactly
the important thing.
That's exactly right.
Okay, and then another thing you wanted to talk about was getting involved.
Getting involved, and getting involved can be very simple. I know all of this can be overwhelming. All the steps, all the things we've talked about. But part of the theme this year for Preparedness Month is do one simple action. If all of this overwhelms you, then pick one thing that we've talked about today and do that one thing. Maybe it's as simple as just be informed. Maybe you're just going to go to the website and read up on some of those disasters. That's great. That's your one simple thing. That's what we want you to do. Maybe you're going to go home tonight and talk with your family about your communications plan in the event of emergency. That's fine. That's one simple thing. That's something we want you to do. So do one simple thing. Maybe you practice your plan this year. Maybe you've had a plan, you've had a kit, but now it's time to practice the plan, and that's important. Maybe you can help someone else build a kit.
Good idea.
Or you can even share some of these preparedness messages on social media through Twitter or Facebook. Help us get the message out there to others about being prepared.
Okay, those are some really simple steps that anybody can do. I'm glad you were able to share those with us because disasters can strike, as you said, anywhere, anytime, and to anyone.
That's right.
Thank you for being with us
My
again
pleasure.
today. You always bring us some great tips, and we'll be right back.
Roanoke Valley Television is available on the web. Just log on to rvtv.org to find your favorite RVTV show, video, or PSA. Watch Inside Roanoke, Roanoke County Today, Spotlight on City Schools, Accent Excellence, and more. Check out the informative and fun videos like lead safety, Choose Right, the dangers of synthetic drugs, and the Zombie Run video. Find out about special events and programs by watching the RVTV public service announcements. Go to rvtv.org and click on the Media Center icon to start viewing right away.
Think if your car has airbags you don't need to wear a seatbelt? Think again. An unrestrained occupant can be seriously injured when striking an airbag. There are 3 collisions in a crash. The vehicle strikes something, the body strikes something, internal organs strike something if the body suddenly stops. Seatbelts slow the body instead of a sudden stop, which lessens the 3rd collision. Always wear a seatbelt, even if your vehicle has airbags. Remember, click it or ticket.
On September 26th at Roanoke County's Green Hill Park, the Green Hill Highland Games, the wonderful Scottish games that are steeped in history, are coming back again this year. And it's an amazing opportunity to see incredible feats of strength, agility, endurance by some of the best athletes around. We have male and female competitors that will just amaze you when they toss around these heavy objects, they throw cabers. I mean, and of course, it is just as if you're in the Scottish Highlands. It's a free event. Everyone needs to come out. We have about 40 athletes this year. Then we go to Zombies. Yes, on Saturday, October 4th, the race begins at 10 a.m. It's a 5K. It's actually a partnership between Roanoke County Parks, Rec, and Tourism and the Western Virginia Regional Jail. And we have zombies, we have runners. I mean, we say it's a 5K, but you never know. When you're being chased by zombies, it could turn into a lot more than a 5K. But it's a great fun event for a good cause. We're raising lots of money for the Virginia Olympics, Special Olympics. This is a fundraiser for the Virginia Special Olympics. Last year, actually, we raised over $27,000 for Special Olympics, and we're very proud of that, and we want everyone to come out this year to register. We have a website set up, www.roanokezombie5k.com. Register and come out and play with us and raise money for a good cause. We are going wonderfully well at Explore Park. We have been booking events, we have been booking weddings, anniversary celebrations, family reunions. I mean, the park is just such a lovely, lovely place. There's lots of opportunity for all kinds of events at Explore Park, and we invite folks to give us a call, talk to us, see what kind of event you want to host out there, and we'd love to talk to you about it. I'm more than happy to do that on the phone if you want to give me a shout, 777-6326, or feel free to contact me on our website, www.roanokecountyparks.com.
Roco Alert is Roanoke County's new citizen alert and warning system. In the event of a local emergency or disaster, Roanoke County will contact all landline telephones in the county's 911 database with any important information and instructions you need to know. To receive notifications from Roco Alert via email, on your cell phone or VoIP phone, you'll need to set up an online account. There's no cost for citizens to sign up, but phone usage or text charges may apply. Go to roanokecountyva.gov/Roco Alert and sign up today.
Welcome back to the show. School is back in session now, which means families are often running in many different directions. It's a lot more hectic with homework and extracurricular activity, and one thing that suffers is quality family time. So I'm talking today with Brittany Sandage, who's with the Prevention Council in Roanoke County. Brittany, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
And you have a challenge for us that you're going to tell us about. But first tell me, what is Eat Dinner with Your Family? That's something new that you're doing, isn't it?
It is. So the Prevention Council of Roanoke County serves a large area here. We try to really work with families and with youth just live healthy lifestyles, to make good choices. And so one of the initiatives that we always try to focus on is how do we have those be connected, stay connected moments? How can parents talk to their kids and feel connected to them, get them through some of those challenges, especially as they enter into middle and high school? So Eat Dinner with Your Family is gearing up for the beginning of the academic year, and it's meant to really challenge parents, challenge families to take out that half an hour a day, sit down, share a meal, and just kind of reconnect at the end of the day.
That's a great challenge for families. I know I have children and it is difficult to get together, but so you're saying we need to sit down at least one time during the week or during the day and try to get some of that quality time together. So when will this event occur, or a time frame that you're looking at for the challenge?
So we've set this up. We tried to make it really easy because we know that it's a very hectic time of year. It's a 5-day challenge. We're going to kick off on September 22nd. It's kind of our National Family Day dinner celebration. And then over the next 5 days, we've set up a challenge where families can follow a recipe. They can figure out what's a conversation starter for the day and what can they do to kind of be active and live healthy lives. So it's going to go that Monday, the 22nd, through September 26th. On Friday.
Okay, good. That's a great 5-day challenge. Tell me about your organization. The Prevention Council is sponsoring this event. Tell me a little bit about Prevention Council. Some of our viewers may not be familiar with it.
Absolutely. So the Prevention Council was born about 14 years ago, and it was it came about from a group of caring educators and parents. We saw some substance abuse issues happening in Roanoke County, and they wanted to get around it. They wanted to figure out, why are our kids at risk? What can we do to kind of get in front of this issue? So for 14 years, we've been working very closely with the county school systems, with law enforcement, with community partners, to focus on education, focus on prevention, and figure out the ways that we can get in front of those high school and middle school kids and make them think about what are healthy choices to make and how can we make sure they make the right ones and not the wrong ones, especially around alcohol and drug use. So part of that initiative has been getting into the family home and really empowering parents to have tough conversations. So Eat Dinner with Your Family came out of that.
Okay, that's a great initiative. And tell me, how has the program changed, or is this the first year that you all are challenging families to eat dinner together?
It's been going on for over 5 years, but it's the first time we've ever done a challenge. So in the past, we always invited families to kind of come out and share dinner with us at one location. We had a workshop over dinner, and we talked to parents about what are things you can do, ways to talk to your kids and that sort of a thing. But we realized, as you said before, it's so hard for families to have time to get a lot of that in. So we wanted to take this back into the community. So several partners have come on board who shared that vision. So we came up with a challenge. So it's an actual resource booklet and a full 5-day guide of what you can do as a family together. And we're making it available in both paper form and in an online version. Taking the guesswork out of things.
Good. So. Now the paper form, will we see this in the mail, or how will it get to the families?
So we've been able to get enough funding to take it into several different elementary school settings. So elementary school families will get their hands on this here in Roanoke County. We've also got several after-school programs and partners that will have some sort of on-site, and they can find that information on our website. We'll have the distribution locations there.
Okay, good. And where is this event being held? I know you have one particular night at a restaurant, local restaurant you're working with.
Absolutely. We're going to kick it off. We're going to do a little bit of a neighborhood celebration. The 4 different Applebee's here in the Roanoke area are going to kind of have a sponsored night for us on Monday, September 22nd. Families can come out. We'll have kind of table tents, some materials, activities for families to do while they're dining together, celebrate a little bit, and then whatever they do that evening, 10% of the proceeds will come back to our youth programs. So it's a great kind of corporate nonprofit partnership.
It is, and it gets families together talking and spending some time together. Great. Now, where can people go for more information? I know the flyers will be coming home to some, but is there a website or a phone number people can use?
Absolutely. Everything is on our website, so it's pc4y.org. Right there, we've got everything set up for you. And we also have a Facebook page, so it's Eat Dinner Roanoke Valley. You can find everything there.
Okay, great. Brittany, thank you so much for joining us. We're really appreciative to the Prevention Council for hosting this event and encouraging families to eat together. And we hope to see many people at Applebee's on September 22nd.
Come out and have dinner with us.
Great. Okay, we'll be right back.
Volunteer firefighters respond to all types of emergencies. Volunteer firefighters fight fires. Volunteer firefighters save lives. Do you have what it takes? Visit RoanokeCountyVA.gov/FRVolunteer or call 540-777-8706 to become a Roanoke County Fire and Rescue volunteer firefighter.
Green Ridge offers healthy fun for everyone.
They offer such an array of classes here that no matter what level of fitness you are or not, there's something for you.
Green Ridge is a godsend to me personally. I said it's probably saved my life, or I got back 10 or 15 years.
I feel wonderful. My aches and pains are practically nil. And when I walk out of here, the most interesting paradox to me is that I feel totally energized.
Get healthy at Green Ridge by daily admission or membership.
Welcome back to our show. Well, recycling in Roanoke County is very important to our residents, and we have a lot of collection points around the county that we want to make sure people are aware of. We've had some changes recently. So here to talk more about that is Nancy Duvall, who's the solid waste manager for Roanoke County. Welcome to the show, Nancy.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. So first tell me, where are the collection points across the county if people want to recycle?
Right now we have one at Cox Communications, here at the Bramilton Center just off Bramilton Avenue, Hollins University, and William Byrd Middle School.
Okay, so they're located pretty far out around the county.
Yes, we tried to pick spots that would sort of geographically cover all parts of the county, make it as convenient as possible for all the citizens of the county.
Okay, and I understand we're here at Bramilton Center today. This is a very busy collection point here, isn't it?
Yes, this one and our one at Cox Communications are our busiest. These get serviced and emptied every day because of the high volume of traffic that comes through here.
Okay, and it is every day. Okay. Are all the other collection sites emptied every day? Are they vary?
Hollins is, Hollins is usually a couple times a week, but we do check it every day, but it just doesn't need to be emptied every day. When the students are in session there at the university, it's a little more often, but most of the time it's just a couple times a week, and William Byrd is usually just once a week. But we do check them regularly, and we encourage people to call us if they get there and it's full and it needs to be emptied, and we'll come do it as soon as we possibly can.
Sure. Okay. So we're very prompt about it.
Yes, we are.
Because recycling is so important. Okay, now tell me, at Glenver, the school there is being renovated right now, and there was a collection trailer at that location. Has that been moved?
Yes, they asked us to move that during the construction process. We are looking in that area for another site to place it. But right now, the citizens out there are fairly lucky because they still do have the Walmart in Salem, which has all of the trailers, and also the city of Salem has a drop-off at their transfer station on Indiana Avenue.
Okay.
So they still do have a couple locations that are fairly convenient for them until we can get that one placed back out there again. Okay, so there are some options. Now, where is that trailer located now? It was put here. The extra trailer we went ahead and put here so that we could have, usually we just had 2 trailers here on the weekend. But the volume again is so high that we went ahead and placed the second trailer here so that hopefully we can deal with some of the issues that we have here. Okay, good. Well, that's good to know. So people are in and out of here every day. What are some of the items that people can bring to recycle? We take mixed paper, which is cardboard, newspaper, magazines, just office paper, just basically what it implies, mixed paper. And we also have mixed metals, which is aluminum, plus your food cans. And then we do plastics number 1 through number 7. Okay, so a wide range of items then. Okay. Now, are there any problems? You mentioned that here at Bramilton Center, these trailers get quite full. Are there any issues because they get full? Yes, there are. I mean, I guess it's a good problem to have because that means people are using the trailers, which is what we want. But we do have an issue with, especially over the weekends, when people get here to recycle and the trailers are full, they're placing stuff on the ground. Okay. Which I understand that they don't want to take it home with them, but to place it here is making a bigger mess, and it's just really not fair to the people who live, near here, or to people who are, using the trailers after them. So I would just ask people to please, if they come on the weekends, to please not leave stuff on the ground. If the trailers are full, to please load it back in your car and take it home and try again later. And also, please ask people not to leave stuff that's not recyclable. At this location, the Cox location, we end up with bags of leaves or TVs or tires, and that's just That's just not recycling. And that's stuff that you can put out to the curb in front of your house, and we'll pick it up for you.
Okay.
So it doesn't make sense to bring it somewhere else and dump it when we will, pick it up in front of your house for you. So.
Okay, and if people have a refrigerator that they want to get rid of, they can put it on the curb. Will it automatically be picked up, or should they call and request the pickup to be made?
No, it will automatically be picked up. They just should probably check the website and make sure that it's their bulk week so that they don't put it out too early, because the rules state that you can't put it out until the Saturday before your bulk week, and bulk is every other week. So you just need to make sure which collection day is yours and put it out to the curb, and it will just disappear.
Great. That's good for citizens to know. Good. Nancy, thanks for joining us today and talking about recycling. If people were to have questions, is there a number that they should call, or on the website they could go to?
Our number at Roanoke County Solid Waste is 387-6225, and then of course all the information is on the website.
Okay, which is roanokecountyva.gov. Great. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Now there's another way to stay informed about Roanoke Valley Television. Check out all the latest video productions from RVTV on YouTube. Subscribe to the Roanoke Valley Television channel to see our current videos, or to see one of your favorites. Anything from Choose Right, the Dangers of Synthetic Drugs, to Mallory Lewis and Lamb Chop for Star City Reads. Stay up to date with Roanoke Valley Television on YouTube, RVTV3.
Today I'm here with Sue Slough, who's the Assistant Director of Communications for Roanoke County, and she's also a supervisor of the Roanoke County's 911 Center. About 2 years ago, Roanoke County launched the ROCO Alert Citizen Alerting System. And Sue, tell us a little bit about ROCO Alert and remind us about the system and how it works.
Okay. ROCO Alert is Roanoke County's way of notifying its citizens in the event of an emergency. It sends automatic telephone calls to households to alert them of emergency situations that are activated by our public safety centers.
Well, tell us, what qualifies as an emergency?
Could be a flash flood warning, school incident, evacuation notice. We had a derecho a couple years ago, and that qualified also.
So generally anything that threatens property or lives would qualify?
Yes, it would.
Right. Now, how is the system activated? Who are the agencies that can actually send
It'll be our
out?
public safety agencies, which is the police department, fire and rescue, emergency management, or the sheriff's department.
Great, great. So Sue, can people also receive alerts on their cell phones? You mentioned before people receive them at their households, but can they also receive them on their cell phones?
They sure can, and one of the advantages to registering your cell phone is you can receive text messages and calls, and you're able to put in multiple addresses, Roanoke County addresses, which can include your child's school, an elderly parent, maybe a spouse's workplace, and that way you can receive alerts if there's one in those areas.
Right. Now again, I think most of the alerts are based on maps and address points, so those addresses are very important, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And they allow us to either do a county-wide alert or a localized.
Right, all the way down to the street level if needed, or house level.
Right, yes.
I also understand one of the advantages of ROCO Alert are different types of alerts, like weather alerts?
Yes, they'll have the option of signing up for the National Weather Alert, which is for the weather, and it goes by the zip code you put in when you create your profile with our system.
And I believe the National Weather Service sends out alerts for tornadoes, derecho, severe storms, flooding, that type of thing too. Right. Is there any cost for signing up for ROCO
There
Alert?
isn't. It's a free service offered by Roanoke County. However, your carrier may charge you for your text messages.
Right. Tell us one more time, Sue, about how people can sign up their cell phones for the ROCO Alert system.
Okay. They can go to our website, which is www.roanokecountyva.gov/ROCO Alert. It's quick and easy, takes 2 minutes, and that way they get alerts whenever and wherever they are.
Well, Sue, I appreciate this update, and thanks for coming out this morning. And we hope that everyone signs up for ROCO Alert. So far, we have a couple thousand people signed up for the system, and our hopes are to have as many people as possible sign up for ROCO Alert, and so that people can be safe and understand when things are happening in their communities or in their neighborhoods.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roanoke Valley Television, RVTV Channel 3 is on Facebook. Go to www.rvtv.org and click on the Facebook icon to like RVTV3 today, your government and educational access station.